There are things in this world we cannot explain, something hidden just beyond our view. Journey with us as we attempt to pierce the veil between our world and theirs. Join us as we pass through the doorway to the dead.
Join us at WLFE-DB.com for upcoming shows and so much more.
Welcome in, everybody. I am Dave. Jim will be here shortly. We are one half of Keystone State Paranormal Society, and this is the first episode of Doorway to the Dead on our new platform with WLFE, and we want to thank WLFE for allowing us this kind of time and having our show on their station. We want to thank our former station, Live Paranormal, for allowing us to spend the time we did with them. But we just moved into a new spot here, and we're loving it already. Welcome in, Facebook user, whoever that is. There's three of them. Facebook user says hello. Facebook user says hey guys, and Facebook user says love the intro. Well, thank you. Hi Debbie. Hi Ginger. Hi WLFE, which is Ted Van Son. Thank you. Welcome in Jerry Swope. Thanks so much for joining us. We really appreciate you guys stopping by and checking us out. Donna Berry from Australia, welcome in. Thanks so much. In just a few short minutes, we're going to have, believe it or not, the rest of our team coming in. We're going to have Jim, who will be down here shortly, and then we're going to have Haley and Janet. As soon as they click their links to jump in, we will have them in, and we're going to talk about some of our favorite and most memorable investigations. Welcome in Patricia Santrosario and Bob Burnell. Thanks for coming in. Mike Lauk, you can watch us on YouTube right now. Yes. I need to know where I go on YouTube to watch our live stream. So see how that works out. Give us some time. This is a work in progress. So, okay, we can take that off of there. There we go. Welcome in John McGinnis, Rob White. So yeah, this is a work in progress, as you know. But we're liking it already, all the different capabilities. Yes, Mike, it is on our page, yes. Yeah, Ted, I just don't know where to go on YouTube to view it so I can see any comments that people may put up. I can go to my channel. Oh, there it is. Right there, okay. So I can pull that up. Any comments that people may turn the volume off. There we go. And then that way, if anybody puts comments in there, I can see. Okay, there, I see you now there, Mike. Awesome. So yeah, like I said, we're just waiting for the rest of my team to show up. Apologize for the formal attire. Jim and I had a viewing to go to this evening for a dear friend of ours. So I just want to take a quick minute to say something about that. Dixie was a friend of ours that we met through Pam and Steve Berry. Okay, fantastic. Thank you. Jim and I met Dixie and Chuck a few years back through Pam and Steve at the Gettysburg Ghost Exchange. And they were unbelievably nice people, very humble, very giving, very charitable. They were volunteers for Pam and Steve when they do the Gettysburg Battlefield Bash. We lost Chuck, I think, a little over a year ago, if I'm not mistaken. And then we just lost Dixie here recently. So Jim and I went to the viewing and paid our respects to Dixie, of course, and to her daughter Dee and her husband Nick. So We kind of got back, and I just came right down to make sure I got all this set up the best way I could and make sure it was all good for everybody. So we'll see how that works. So let's see, what do we have going on here? Okay, so like I said, just waiting for Dave Waffle Cakes. Okay, thank you, Facebook user, for Dave Waffle Cakes, and hello, other Facebook user. Not sure why they just say Facebook user, but again, we're just happy everybody stopped by to check us out. So while I have a minute again before anybody else joins in, oh, there's Haley. So let's bring her on. There you go, Haley. How are you?
Good. Surviving.
Yeah, aren't we all? Aren't we all? I was just telling everybody, thank them for jumping into the show on the new platform. This type of thing, I don't know if you can see it, but we didn't have this before.
Yeah.
And, we're live on a couple of different places right now, both our YouTube page, WLFE's YouTube channel, our Facebook page, their Facebook page, their group, our group. So 6 different places right now that we're showing. And when we're done, hello, Joanne. Hello, Colette. When we're done, Ted will take the audio of the show and upload it to Spreaker, which will then send it out to iHeart and iTunes and Spotify and all those different places too. So.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, sorry about the feedback, Sandy. It's probably my voice coming through Haley's speaker.
Sorry.
So, it's all right. It's all right.
I could probably get headphones somewhere.
Yeah, well, he says without headphones or earbuds, you will get echoes and more. So, well, I have headphones. They're gaming headphones. I don't know if they work, but we'll give them a shot. Let's see. See if I can get this to work right. Okay. Now, okay. I think it's gone. Can everybody still hear it? Can you still hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Everybody on this watching the show still hear me? Let me know in the comments.
Yeah, the feedback might be coming through my side.
Yeah. But that's why Ted is actually watching right now. So he said, put the headphones on and it'll get back. It says, food for thought, you and all the guests should use earbuds and or headphones. So we'll know that from next time. So work in progress. I told Jim to come down about 7:50. So with it being 10 after 8, he's probably right on time for Jim. So he'll be here shortly. I sent an email to Janet at her email. I'm assuming either she got it or she changed her email and I don't have the new one. So just wait for her. And I was telling everybody, I'm not sure if you're aware, hello, Holly, if you remember Dixie Saunders, we met through Pam and Steve over the store, looked like a little old lady.
Mm-mm.
Well, she passed away this past weekend.
Aww.
So that's Jim and I went to her viewing. So that's why I look like I'm all spiffed up. Not that it's not a special occasion, was just having a new show on the new network here, but I wanted to get back and get this all set up, so I didn't have really time to go change and put on the comfy clothes. So tell us a little bit what's been going on your way, how you feeling, and
surviving. I'm all right. There hasn't been too much activity here recently, or they've just been leaving me alone. Either
maybe
one.
A little bit of both.
Maybe a little bit of both. now in March, I had a lot of activity that was different. It wasn't in this location, but I had some interesting going ons.
Right. And then we talked about that.
Yeah, that was pretty neat. So, but I've not really gotten out. I've just been doing my gardening. Every once in a while, we'll have something go on in the house,
Yeah.
But nothing. I've not been really going out to investigate or doing too much of that. Kind of taking a break.
Yeah. No, we haven't gotten out a lot of places. I mean, obviously, we've been over the Hoover House and did our stuff there, and we've got a lot of new events coming up there soon. But just so you know that Tarot and Reiki went very well over the weekend.
Did it?
Yeah, it did. We had a lot of actually people coming in and just walking off the street getting Reiki done. So it was really cool. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we had a good time. And then Pappy's, the pub right across the street, after we had closed down the event for the night on, I don't remember if it was Friday or Saturday, that was the boon of our entertainment, as there were stumblers aplenty coming out of the pub. And it was funny. Just as the one group come out and the guy stumbling, and you couldn't tell whether he was going to get sick in the car or outside the car or maybe both, the cop pulls up and pulls a car over across the street. So me being me, I got on my phone and I blasted the theme song, The Cops. And I know he was probably not happy about it. And look, there she is. Let's add Miss Janet in. Hello, Janet. How are you? Hi, Janet. Can you hear us? Guess not. Janet, can you hear us? Let's see.
No, hold on.
Okay, I think I heard her voice.
Yeah.
Hello, Janet. How have you been?
Maybe she's froze.
She might be.
You good?
Yeah, we can hear you. Can you hear us?
Can you hear me?
Yes. Can you hear us?
Yeah, you're gone, but I can hear you.
Okay, awesome. Excellent. So how have you been, Miss Janet? I think she just keeps freezing up. It's very strange. It's like she'll go good for a minute and then kind of lock up on us. So back to what I was saying was we haven't actually gone anywhere as far as investigating either. I know things are starting to open up now. We still have a free weekend for the Bel Air House waiting for us because we had scheduled it and she had double booked it. So we stepped out and let the other team have it. And so she gave us a free weekend.
I remember that.
So we still haven't used that, but we've got a lot of people coming into the Hoover House. We've actually got an investigation this Saturday, but not at the Hoover House. It's at a place a couple blocks down the street called Jess and James House of Goods, and it's an antique store.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah, it is. Big time active. Lots of different, because, you know, you walk in there, you got this piece from here and this piece from there, and they all just kind of come with it, you know?
Yeah.
How you doing, Janet?
You're really breaking up. You guys are really breaking up.
Strange.
Yeah.
Let me try and go.
You're the tech guy, Dave.
Yeah, I know, but this
I'm
is,
not.
this is all new to me. That's why I've been chatting with Ted the past half hour. So, I don't know. Like, you're coming in just fine to me.
Yeah, but I don't know if I am to other people. It's sort of make me wonder.
No, it might be her internet. Might be Janet's internet. I don't know. So we'll just try and do the best we can. But I can actually ask comments or ask questions to Janet in the comments if that is easier for her to hear or to understand, I should say.
Oh, there is a chat button. I didn't even see that.
I'm gonna go out and come back in and see if it helps.
Okay. Okay. I'm not sure. I guess she'll come back in and see if that clears it up. I think she
Okay.
has a little slow on the internet because everybody else says you and I are coming in just fine. So, but yeah, we got that going on at the antique store this weekend. We've got some people coming in October from Texas.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
We're in talks right now to have Katrina Weidman come in and do apparently she has a show called Haunted Kitchens. Who knew? And she's going to do something there. And we got, you remember Big Gene Snitsky, the big, tall, bearded guy from the Bash, the wrestling guy?
Yeah.
He's coming to do a public investigation there as well. So,
Nice.
all right, let's see. Is that any better, Janet?
Fingers crossed.
Any better?
Not getting to her.
There's Jen.
Have you seen us?
Yeah, she sees us, but she says it's cutting in and out. I think it's her internet.
No.
So because Haley and I are coming in just fine. So, and I have to keep these on so that there's not feedback coming from Haley or Janet.
Cool.
So what we'll have to do is the next time we get a chance, we'll have to use our old Tascam setup here and have two sets of headphones, one for Jim and one for I, so we both can hear.
That's cool.
So, is it any better, Janet? No?
So I come in on where do I pick this up on my internet?
We can
You
hear
have to.
Jim.
They can hear you.
But can I pick up anything here to see the comments, or I got to look on that?
No, you can go on. You can go on our page. You can go on YouTube, our YouTube channel.
Or I can just go on our Facebook page.
Yep, that you can. Hey, Janet, do you see the thing on the side that says comments
Chat.
or chat?
But Colette said there's a lot of echoing too.
It should be at the bottom.
Dave and Haley are coming in clear, so.
Yeah.
Can I have my sound up, or should I have mine?
You should have it down
Okay.
because otherwise there'll be an echo.
All right, that's fine.
Unless you have a set of headphones that you can plug into your system. Yeah. So.
Can I have my sound?
I guess you can't see that either. You should have it down. So, otherwise there'll be an echo.
All right, I'll turn my sound.
Unless you have a set of headphones.
There we go.
Okay. All right. Better. So, where was I? Oh yeah, we don't have anything scheduled right now as far as going out.
Right.
There's a bunch of places, obviously, we want to get to. We were contacted earlier this week from someone who I didn't know they were. Janet, you're cutting in and out.
Should I type a same message to her?
I tried, and she's not seeing it. Maybe if you do a private message to her or something.
Okay.
Asking if, and it's just someone I never knew. I have no idea they were, and they just sent us a message that said, "Can someone there help me?" And I said, "In what way?" And their response was a video, and it's a pretty freaking awesome video where you see a shadow person in the background move across this hallway and then back like that. So of course we're intrigued. But they are in Athens, PA.
Okay.
Which is up northwest of Wilkes-Barre.
Okay.
So that's like a 4-hour drive for us.
Yeah.
So we're trying to find a group that's up that way, that's closer, that can help them. I mean, honestly, I'd love to, but it's a long drive,
Are they up in like the northwestern part of Pennsylvania?
No, it's if you go on and Google Athens, it's Athens is here, Wilkes-Barre is here.
Okay.
So, I mean, they're probably, I would think, Wilkes-Barre is probably northeast of Harrisburg, right?
Oh, yeah.
So they're probably straight up from Harrisburg, but a long way.
Right.
So,
You guys are cutting in and out with me too.
okay,
There we
so
have
now
you.
we heard that.
Janet just is gone.
Yeah, she's back. Yeah, we heard you there, Janet.
Yeah.
It seems to be better.
Okay, so while we have a chance, how have you been, Janet?
I've been good.
Good.
I have been good.
Chomping at the bit to get out and do some exploring?
I already, and I have another one coming. I'm going back
Cool.
out in Stewart Indian School.
Oh, you hear that, Jim? She's going back out to Stewart Indian School.
Oh, wow. Well, I was just telling, you said they can hear me? Or?
Yeah.
Yes, they can hear
Oh,
you.
okay. Yeah, I was just telling Dave, still owe him a trip out there to your neck of the woods.
He does. He owes me a
And,
trip out there for graduating.
So hopefully, if not by this fall, maybe by
Right.
next spring, we can do that. And definitely want to get him back to Stewart Indian School. And since you and I did that years ago, we have a whole host of new equipment
I've been out there.
and new.
Oh,
I have some new, I guess, psychic energies and stuff. So, a lot of this is new for me. You guys have had it all along.
Right. And Dad, you were saying, Janet?
I've been to Stewart once already, and then going out to the Union Hotel in Dayton, which was built during Gold Rush time.
Okay.
And we might be doing an overnight. I'm not sure yet. And then we're going to go to the cemetery in Dayton because there's lots of shadow people in there.
Okay, they're going out to the hotel and the cemetery in Dayton, which was built in the Gold Rush times, the hotel. And what was the name of the hotel again, Tim? I'm sorry.
And up again.
There you go.
Oh, and then I'm going to do It is the Union Hotel.
The Union Hotel, Jim.
Mhm.
Well, that sounds
And then I'm going to be
quite
coming
interesting.
out of it.
Yeah, that sounds very interesting. Now, how far away from you is that?
The Union or the out of it?
Either one.
The Ativan is here in Gardnerville. And the Union is about out from here.
Like, I'm trying to add places to our trip.
It's a restaurant. It was the Union
Oh, okay.
Hotel, but it's a
Oh, it's a restaurant now? Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. That's cool. So, Haley, when you are able to get out and about and things are all opened up and everything's good, where's the place you want to jump back into?
Where would I jump in? Haley. Haley and I want
Both.
to go to the same place.
Both.
Both
You
of
want to
them.
go to New Orleans, huh, Haley?
I want to go to Penhurst.
Back to Penhurst,
I
huh?
want to go. I want to live at Penhurst. I just.
Oh, God, Haley.
Well, you know what? Jim, did they close that down to investigations?
What's that?
Penhurst?
No.
No.
Penhurst is open.
But
You're
it's,
trying to scare
it's
me.
limited though, right?
Well, a couple of the buildings have been destroyed
Yeah.
since we were there last.
Okay.
And a couple of them are strictly off limits. I think there's like 3 or 4 buildings. that-
Okay, so some of the buildings that were there when
Yeah.
we were there before are gone.
I know.
So
I did see that. You know where else I want to go?
we're
Guess. Come on, if you know me, you know I want to go here, and I'm pestering you guys until it happens.
Cape May.
That's it.
Well, you know, there is a Para-Unity
I'm gonna go
Expo.
with or without you guys again.
John Ruggiero is having the Para-Unity Expo in Jersey this year. Again. He had to skip last year because of COVID. So that's in September.
That's perfect timing. Tourists are out. Perfect timing.
So
I'm just
Janet,
planting the seed. I'll water it every week.
Good job, Haley.
so now I know we got to get this trip scheduled for us to come out and see you, Miss Janet. But when are we going to be able to get you in town and show you this magnificent building that Jim is now the owner of?
Probably sometime in the summer.
Ooh,
I'm all vaccinated and ready to go.
Janet said she is fascinated and ready to come out this summer to check out the Hoover.
Oh, that'd be tremendous.
Though he said that would be tremendous. That would be great to have the whole team back together again for an outing. Or an inning, if you will.
Yes, yes.
No, we just had Steve this past Saturday evening late. You were still there, I think, when Janie was there with the table and all that.
Yeah, I was there for a while.
And he saw that he got a full apparition of the lady in the kitchen.
Yes.
He was following it. And
If you talk, they can hear you.
yeah, Steve, this past Saturday evening late, I had left to come home already. And Steve is in the kitchen area. And he sees a lady walking, and he thinks it's my sister Jenny. So he's following her in the back side of the kitchen and back near the equipment. And he is getting in position like he thinks she's going to jump out on him and say boo. So he's getting positioned that supplies her and say boo. So turns the corner and he goes boo, and nobody's there.
Has it been really active there, you guys? Because right now it is really active there.
I'm sorry, John, I didn't hear you. What was that? Has it been what?
Is it really over there right now? Right here, it's really active.
Not, I don't know, not too different than normal for me, but in a zone.
My soldier. Haley, how's my soldier?
I think they're kind of leaving me alone a little, if that makes sense. There's been some occurrences with the upstairs guy. But I haven't experienced anything in the pantry unless he's traveling. You said that he goes in the backyard too. There's been some stuff happening in the yard.
Yeah, he goes in your yard and the neighbor's yard.
Yeah.
It's because he misses me, Haley.
Do you want me to give him your address?
Yeah, give him my address. I have a crush on him.
All the more reason for you to come out this way and see him.
There's 3 miles west of the Hoover House. On the main road is a old public school, and it was built 3-4 months before the Hoover House. It's 2 floors, consists of 4 rooms. Each room was 2 grades, like first and second, third and fourth. And it operated until the early 60s when the building was closed down. They have boards on most of the windows, but we got up to it last week. Jim Houston, another gentleman who was visiting with us, we went up there and you could look in some of the windows. They looked like the stairs and the floor was intact. Some really nice woodwork. It is a historic registry. It's on a historic registry, and I understand they have plans on renovating it or fixing it up. So we're trying to get in there. We got to the front steps. The front steps are about 12, 14 cement steps, and it rises. So on either side of the steps, it's about 10, 12 feet to drop down to the ground level. So we went up there, and I sort of got up on top of the riser and got comfy, and immediately got very uncomfy. I really felt the presence of a child that had somehow been horsing around the stairs or whatever and had fallen off to the ground below, where it would have really injured any child. But even more so, there's a big open field to the right of the building that looks like, when researching it, at some point it may have been a pond to a farm. And Jim, we all were picking up real strong impressions that, like, a little girl had drowned in that pond. And we picked up her name. That's what I'm trying to think. It was an old style, one of those old style names. And she was real strong. We were all really taken back. The one gentleman with us, as he looked in one of the rear windows, he actually saw an anomaly on the stairs and had his recorder like in the window and picked something up. And I haven't had a chance to process it, but we got, both Jim, myself, and him, we all picked up EVPs on our recorder. This is broad daylight. So Waynesboro has not been touched. There's haunted buildings everywhere, and they're virtually untouched. So we're trying to get in league with a lot of people where they know and trust us, and trying to doing some investigation, see what's going on. And that school just begging for it. So we're researching that to find out. And Yvonne has access to like old newspapers throughout the years, and so she's trying to find if there was any record of a young girl drowning in that pond there. So I hope to be able to process those tapes this week. But
Jerry wants to know if that's the school right up the road from him.
It is. It is. Yeah, that's beckoning. I mean, as I drive by it, the one way I go there, it's like they're out on the lawn looking and waving. So, and then we have this Saturday. There's a antique store in town. It's just 2 or 3 blocks from the house, and we're actually conducting an investigation. We've been in there. The attachments of spirits are all with the very antique items, but they've got some very, very strong spirits. And we're actually, it's a public investigation that we're sort of hosting for the owner of that antique store to help him out. And I guess that'll be our first public investigation, something other than the Hoover House. So we're hopeful by the end of the year, we might have 4 or 5 facilities in and around Waynesboro, including up near the Center Square. We're already getting permission to go in and check. We have a movie house 3 blocks up. It's also got at least 3 spirits in it. So it looks like we'll have a lot of different areas to investigate and check out.
And what was very cool about the antique store was when we did our first foray in there, we had Kayla Miner with us, and she got a hold of this pipe. If I'm not mistaken, that pipe was found on the Antietam battlefield, correct?
Correct.
It was a pipe that was found on the battlefield in Antietam. And so she starts spouting off what she's picking up off this pipe.
Yeah.
We called Mark Nesbitt while she's reading this pipe, and Mark Nesbitt is looking up in all his historical. He's confirming everything she's getting.
Yeah.
It was very, very cool.
And we were able to find his unit. And it turns out that particular soldier was not involved at the Battle of Antietam, but their unit was there. They were
Was it retreating?
They were mustered in Philadelphia, and they were sent to Antietam. They arrived there the day after the battle. So they were on the battlefield, but it was the day after the battle. They were encampment.
What unit was it, Jim?
1863.
No, what unit?
It was a Pennsylvania unit. I forget now.
It was a Pennsylvania unit. I don't remember.
I had ancestors that were in that battle, but they were there.
Waynesboro Historic Society, and we have access to their files. Unfortunately, right now you have to make an appointment to go in there because of the COVID restrictions. So hopefully, by after this week, it'll open up with a lot of other things where we'll. You guys, both you lovely ladies will love the Hoover family. Ira and his wife Ella and his daughter Eleanor. I mean, they are really great people. They're very strong, very intelligent. And Ella, the wife, is probably the most subdued, but she's always there. And they really are open to discussing a lot of what I call high-end subject material. And we're still learning about the hierarchy there at the house in terms of their screening negative spirits and all this stuff. What the picture we're getting right now is that we are visited on a pretty constant basis by a lot of spirits who are just attracted by what's going on there. They're checking in. You know, and it's almost like they're screen tested or something to that degree. And most of them are pushed out. A lot of them are come on board for a short time. They're trying to find information about their loved ones, and so it's interesting to have sort of a consistent relationship with the spirit instead of just, you drop in and you might be lucky to see them 4 or 5 months later. So we are keeping running dialogues, books and noting what's going on and stuff. So we have a sort of a ongoing written record.
That's
I'm really
awesome.
excited to have both of you there. I mean, I'd love to be able to see what your impressions are and what you pick up on. When Lori came there, she's like, oh, and there's, she was introducing us to a whole host of spirits that we knew nothing about, with their names. But you're looking good, Haley.
Feel like crap, but thanks.
It's like crap, but thanks.
Yeah, she looks good.
She does.
But
She looks
beautiful.
healthy. Doesn't she? She looks very healthy.
Yep.
Yes.
That's makeup. Without this, I'm
So is
the
this?
death rings over my eyes.
This is all makeup. I had to go in the makeup room before this and get done for the show. So okay, we know Pennhurst. We know Cape May. We know Janet's got some stuff going on out her way. We need to schedule something that all four of us can get to that is new for all of us.
When everybody is ready, mentally, physically, the whole thing. We've talked about it before.
Absolutely.
Setting up a road trip that's probably going to be like a week on the road because we got to give ourselves a break here and there. But we had talked about going over to Louisville, Kentucky and getting to Waverly.
Oh,
We've actually got some contacts that hopefully can allow us access there. And then while we're at it, we're talking about doing Mackey's and going back and doing
Benton Farms.
Benton Farms. So hitting three big ones. And then Steve has actually contacted the people at Trans-Allegheny. And
Really?
we may even be involved with a Paracon of sorts there at Trans-Allegheny. So we've got a couple really great things coming up. So when you all, when everybody's in the proper frame of mind and sort of everything's right, just let us know because we'll start hammering out some dates.
awesome.
Now you haven't done either of those, have you, Janet?
Say what?
You haven't done Waverly or
She has.
Bobby Mackey's, have you?
And done Waverly.
Okay, you have done Waverly. So jelly.
I haven't done.
Oh, you haven't? Oh, okay. Awesome.
There we go.
I
There
have
you
not.
go. And who knows? Maybe we can get the Berries to loan us their.
Well, he might be selling that.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna talk him out of that. That thing's got too much use. Just RV. Use that RV. So.
Yeah, I really would like to get into the death tunnel.
I absolutely want to get into the body shoot.
I will
Yes.
get us into the death tunnel. Get me there. I'll get us into the death tunnel.
We met a really interesting couple from southern Florida down in the Fort Lauderdale area. And they'd actually done Waverly 6-7 times. And they were giving us some other different hot spots and stuff. And they said it's well worth it.
Yes. Absolutely. So, and
Can't
I know me.
no deal anymore. Is Kane a no-go anymore?
No, Kane's still available. We just
Yes.
Holly's going through a lot of stuff with AJ, so we're kind of waiting until
Yeah.
Right.
she's settled with that.
It has been Kane Manor was sold. So Dave, the other, he no longer owns it. But it's a young couple that own it. It's they're very nice. We've met them.
I'd love
We
to get
actually
prison.
stayed in the manor. My sister Jennifer and I did, and they're fine with paranormal investigators, and so that's definitely on board. We want to try to get in King 3 right now. The factor that's sort of limiting is Holly and AJ, and I suspect that won't occur till sometime next year.
Yeah, probably next year for that.
Yeah.
Cane 3 has been in the works for like 2 years now.
Yeah, we got snowed out, we got COVIDed out, and then, you know.
I thought maybe we were just waiting for the permafrost to thaw and then go back
You
up.
never know. We might be waiting for the permafrost to thaw up there.
So, Janet, do you work with any groups in your area now?
Prison,
Yeah.
is the prison in Ohio open?
Is the prison open?
Which one?
Am I breaking up
prison?
again?
Yes.
No.
I heard you
Which
say is the
prison?
prison open. Just didn't know which one you're talking about.
Ohio.
Oh, Mansfield?
Yeah, Mansfield's open.
Mansfield's open for business.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mansfield's
Yeah,
definitely open.
Janet did Mansfield with us.
Yes, she did.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's open for business. We can go back there.
We can scare
Yeah,
Haley.
It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be really
now
hard.
A couple things I didn't know if you were familiar
Would scare
you
you
or not,
Would
Haley.
scare you, Haley.
Right now, Gettysburg Battlefield is closed at night. You can't be on it 30 minutes past dusk. The reasoning was that they were concerned about I guess some of the goings on in the after hours. So Gettysburg's been shut down. You can get on it during the day, but you can't get on it after hours. And we just lost, did you know, I don't know if you knew that, Haley, we lost Haldeman Mansion. They closed that off to the paranormal community.
Really?
Yep.
That's a shame.
Yep. After all that hard work that Melissa and Jerry Keller put into helping them out, raising funds. And
Yeah.
Nixed.
And Fairfield closed off.
Yeah, Fairfield in as well.
I'm gonna mess with my router.
The Fairfield too?
Yep, that's not even the Fairfield anymore. It's a new name.
And Cashtown
Really?
Inn is soon to be
Yeah,
on
and
that
Cashtown
list.
is soon to be sold.
So
Oh my gosh.
we're actually
We do have an event coming though. It's a joint thing with Cashtown and the Hoover House. And that very well may be the last time it gets investigated, depending on what the new owners are going to be like. So
Wow.
it's just a damn shame that, you know, all these places are going by the wayside. But
Yeah.
yeah, Jenna, we can definitely get her into solitary confinement in Mansfield.
Is it like the quiet room? Because I'm familiar.
No, it's so much sadder.
Am I, Dave, am I still breaking up?
No.
No, we can hear you.
we
Because I'd love to tell you about what happened with
This
the
past-
Jerusalem school last time we went.
Yeah, Jim, when you talk,
Yeah.
you don't have a camera or microphone, so when you talk, you got to face this way so everybody can hear you.
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
Yep. So, but yeah, that's as soon as everybody is ready for it, that is the trip we're going to set up. And we're going to see, I guess we'd probably start at Waverly
Yes.
and then come up and hit Bobby Mackey's and then the way back hit Benton Farms. And we got to plan it so Benton Farms is not in the winter because the hell with that. That's the only place I've felt that was even remotely as cold as Kane. It was
That was
so cold.
bad. That was so
Janet,
bad.
it was so cold that they said, we're going to go out and check out this area out on the property. This tree is supposed to be really active. I'm like, have at it. I'm under 2 blankets. I'm moving.
There was like 4 people huddled up on a love seat, like for warmth. That's to stay alive. The chandelier was moving, and we were all like, "I don't care." Like that was the only time that paranormal
Chandelier was
investigators
moving.
would
All
be
4
on
of us were
scene.
on the
Chandeliers
couch. Like,
start
we don't care.
moving.
We
No
can't
one
get up
cares.
with cuddling for warmth. Yeah.
So
bad.
cold.
Now, again, we know everyone's affinity for Pennhurst, but I still think one of our most memorable times as a team all together, well, Janet was there on the phone, was your first trip to Bel Air House. We had Janet on the phone, and Jim was running Phasma Box, and I was running the live feed, and you had Jen on the phone. We're running the SLS. And we got little Emily, and we got the little boy who Emily took him to his parents, and that was just such a special time, I think.
Yeah. And then for me, I would have to say my very first investigation
Keeley
was
Nation.
epic because that's when Janet and I started working
I don't
together, really.
No, I'm
That was
good.
really good.
Oh, okay.
Here, put these on. You'll be able to hear everything.
Okay.
But we have to set up the studio so that we can both have headsets and there's no echo.
Hey, Jim, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Have we heard from Adam about?
No, and I'll tell you, I'd messaged him a couple times, never got a response back. And our tie-in with Adam was Bob and Nikki.
Right.
And now that we're with another network and stuff, I don't know. I think that might be a casualty. I mean, we really thank them. That we still feel very beholden to them. They did a lot for us. It's just that there was a lot of opportunity in this new format. Once we get the bugs cleared out and we'll actually be putting together some tapes. We can show tape during the shows, and I'll have some sound files and all that. We can pose up to people's questions. So I think the quality of the broadcast will be improved.
Yeah.
And then with the weekly 2-hour format, that makes it a lot easier scheduling up our guests and everything.
Yeah.
With the 1 hour show, you really couldn't schedule a guest. You were just starting to get started when the time was done. So I think this will ultimately be good, but unfortunately, that may be one of the casualties. We really did try to get back into Keeley because I know Dave was itching to get back in there too. And but it's like everything; things change. But I think I going forward, I think we're going to have a lot of places open to us and stuff. We've really been able to make a lot of new connections over the last year. And we've really teams and places and everything else. And I guess a lot of it's just, I'm probably the weakest link. Just my physicality and stuff. So. But it's really been fascinating. We've it's gotten, for me at least, this is just speaking, and I think for Dave too, it's become a lot more personal. The connection with the spirits and the communication.
Right.
We case in point, this past Sunday evening, Yvonne had her youngest brother up visiting with his wife, and they had been over Saturday, and Marnie, that's Yvonne's brother's wife. She had connected with a real sweet friend she lost about a year ago to disease, and they'd all been very strong in the fight, in the opiates and the Narcan, and trying to help families with all of that. And she came through real strong, and so she was. And then her mother came through, Marnie's, and they have 2 grandchildren now. And her mother acknowledged she had the children before she came, and she rocked them. And really, for like 10 minutes, this table was rocking like a rocking chair, with her simulating rocking the children. And during that whole thing, I heard my wife's father come through, and he was telling me if he could get 3 of his family members at the table, he could come through. And so the next day, during the day, they came back. It was Brian, his wife, and then my wife were at the table, and her dad and her mom was there. And her dad came through, like he said, and I had asked him if I had picked up on his promptings correctly. And he said I had. Pat, this is Yvonne's mother. When she was a young girl, they did seances, not her, but the older people, her aunts and uncles, and it scared her. It wasn't something she enjoyed, and I guess the thought, and death has always scared Pat. And with all of that, she really wants nothing to do with the table or even anything connecting with it. But he wanted to real bad. So she is in this back room at the Hoover house, as far as she can get, like going through the wall, and literally the table slides over to her. I mean, the ladies, they got 2 fingers on the table like that, and this table slides clean on over to her, and then goes and hugs her, and she's like, and then when it finished, slid all the way back by itself.
She's in therapy now.
I mean, and then what was neat the night before when we were doing some sessions, a guy was there with a thermal imaging camera filming this, and he was he self-professed skeptic, and you could see the table was deep blue from the cold, and both the Bob's hands up to her elbows and Jenny's were all blue, and my hands and this other person sitting there, our hands were red. So he could see from like pressure points and that nobody was doing any physical manipulations to the table, and the table was real responsive to that. They kept coming in the room to communicate, and the room kept getting colder. You all may have been able to see it. I didn't see it, but you could almost visualize the waiting line. They're like, as one would leave, another would come up, and the room would drop a degree. So it was. Now we were running 1 EM pump at that time, because more or less to protect their own entities.
Right.
But really some quality stuff.
9 o'clock. You have to go to a commercial.
Okay, so I'm going to turn this back to Dave. We're getting ready to go to a commercial, evidently. I don't know who's advertising it.
Believe it or not, yes, there are advertisers.
All right,
so
that's good.
Okay. So in just a couple minutes, we'll do our one and only commercial, and it's just a few minutes long, and it's usually just to give us time if we need to go use the restroom, get a drink of water, whatever the case may be. So, we've had a lot of cool stuff with those going on, but what I keep trying to tell Jim is we need to get more actual investigating, so the spirits there become more accustomed to the other equipment, and they're not as afraid to interact with it, and then we'll start getting a lot more activity in other ways, So one of the cool things about this new platform, let me just slip in before we go to commercial real quick, is the amount of places we can broadcast to. Our 4K camera is Wi-Fi accessible, right? If I can link it to StreamYard, when we go live for investigations, I can do it through StreamYard, and what the people watching will see is the feed from the 4K camera and IR.
Oh, that's awesome.
Isn't that cool?
That's awesome.
Yeah, I got to get that set up. So hopefully I'll be able to get some of that done tomorrow. So if we do any live feeds from from the antique store on Saturday, you'll be able to watch everything through the 4K, which will be awesome. So, all right, let me go ahead and run this commercial real quick. So everybody who's watching, we'll be right back.
WLFE Digital Network is now on digital television. If you're into ghosts, Bigfoot, UFOs, and the creepy, then WLFE has a TV channel for you, Paranormal View. Watch all of your favorite WLFE video talk shows on one channel. Shows like Paratalk Radio, Step Into the Paranormal, Skeptical Help Bar, The Creepy Parlor, and more. Looking for something else? Do you support the LGBTQ plus community? WLFE has brought all of their LGBTQ shows like Inside the Drag Closet, Everything Yet Nothing, Across the Pond, and Rainbow Soul all into one place. A new TV channel called LGBTQ Friends. The third channel is Variety Unlimited. Here you'll find a wide variety of talk shows you know and love, like Just Cindy, Card Pulls and Coffee, Real Talk with Nom, The Bipolar DM, Meet the Author, and Movie Review 5. The best part of watching these shows is that they're all available to watch at one location, one website, WLFE-DB.com.
You are listening to WLFE-DBRadio.com, where our shows are your shows.
Listen to the WLFE-DB podcast, available on Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Check out shows like Paratalk Radio, Inside the Drag Closet, and Step Into the Paranormal. Now, on to your favorite podcast app.
This is Dominic Santasero with Real Talk with Dom. You are listening to WLFE-DBRadio.com, where our shows are your shows.
Hey guys and dolls, this is Casey DeVille, the better half of DeVille Inc., Baltimore, Maryland. If you're ever in Baltimore, stop in and see me and Tony. Invisible Bree, 5920 Eastern Avenue, Baltimore, Maryland, 21224. Give us a call if you're in the area at 410-400-9641, or look us up on the web at DeVilleInc.com. DeVille Inc., where we specialize in you.
Oh yeah, life just got sweeter now that WLFE-DB has merchandise. Show your support by purchasing your t-shirts for WLFE, Paratalk Radio, Inside the Drag Closet, and more. But it doesn't stop there. T-shirts, coffee mugs, tanks, buttons, cloth bags, and more. Go to WLFE-DB.com. On the top bar, click on the merchandise tab and bam, there you go. You got merch. Support the shows. WLFE-DB.com.
You're listening to WLFE DB Radio. Now, back to our program.
And welcome back. That was a nice commercial there. I like the way Ted's got things worked on here. So the next question I had for you two was, again, where would you guys like to go as a team together? Someplace where we haven't been.
Janet, what do you think?
Where do I want to go?
Yeah, as the four of us together as a team, where would you like to go? Someplace the four of us haven't been.
I want to get into that place in New Orleans. That's Canal. I've never had it.
I don't know if I'm familiar with that.
What's that?
Can you?
You know,
Jen?
kid, you know.
Janet, can you type in the chat to spell that for me?
I can't even spell it. It's French. It's a place in New Orleans French Quarter?
Oh, in New Orleans and French Quarter. You mean the La Laurie home?
Closed off.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's privately owned. They don't let anybody in. Jim was down there, and the people who live there now, they were sitting out on the second tier balcony having their coffee in the morning or whatever. And I guess people were taking pictures of the house because it's the La Laurie home, and they just went inside, shut up shutters. Yeah. Unfortunately.
But isn't there Marie Laveau's gravesite still?
Yes, that is in the main cemetery, Marie Laveau's gravesite. Yes.
Just saying.
Yeah, and even that you can only access through a tour.
Ah.
Right. Now, me personally, I'd like to check out Iowa.
Iowa?
Malvern Manor and the Villisca Ex-Murder House.
Oh, I know you want to do Villisca.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm not writing that way.
You know, that happened on my birthday.
What is the Monroe Mystery House?
Where is that? Do you know?
It's in Indiana.
The Monroe Mystery House? You guys familiar with that place?
Mm-mm.
I think that's in Indiana. Oh, speaking of Indiana, I'd love to get you guys out to the Historic Roads Hotel.
Yeah.
That place was awesome. Jim couldn't make it. I went with Mike and Lola, and two of Lola's friends who actually live in an apartment right across the street. That at one time was a speakeasy and a brothel, and it was frequented when it was a brothel by Public Enemy #1 John Dillinger. And what's cool is when you come in through the side of the building, you're in this main big open room, and there's a fireplace that you can pull back and go through, and that was the secret entrance into the speakeasy.
Oh wow!
Richard S. The Monroe House. Excellent.
And where's it at, Indiana?
I'll tell you, they found human bones in the basement, the identity of which remain unexplained to this day.
Okay, so this Monroe Mystery House, Richard Estep, you know him from the Bash. He wrote a book about it. There were human remains found on the premises that to this day have not been identified.
It says it also has a reputation for occult rituals and violent paranormal activity.
Has a reputation for occult rituals and violent paranormal activity.
Lovely.
Hartford City,
Indiana.
No.
Both of them were like, yeah, no.
And it looks like they made a movie.
Both of us, I think, no.
Okay, well, it looks like they made a pretty bad movie based on it called The Mysterious Monroe House in 2019. So.
See, that's the thing, though, is that when you've lived with them long enough, you sort of get tired of like the ones that are really negative and mean and have occult energy. You're like, you know what? I'm good.
Right.
I'll just go over here and talk to this nicer dead person.
That's right, Haley.
But you guys can go and have fun. I'll remote in behind like a protection of sage and all the crystals, and I'll just sit in a lead box. Other than
you'll be smoking Palo Santo.
Yeah, I will.
Oh, you know me though. I love to go to that kind of stuff.
And you get beat.
I do.
So I do know you. You get hurt.
Yeah, I do. But at the same time, you know, there's not a lot of places you go to that they say, hey, come investigate our haunted location. it's all these positive spirits and all these loving spirits.
That doesn't have to be loving and all
As great
that.
as that
Yeah.
would be, you don't get a lot of that.
Yeah.
Well,
It's
that's
just
because
the cult
thing now.
ones.
Yeah, the big thing is now everybody wants fights, which is not what we want to bring into this world.
True. Very true.
No.
I can agree with that wholeheartedly. Which is why we're trying to do something. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely, and that's why what we're trying to do at the Hoover House is different, so to speak.
Yeah.
We're trying to do a lot of family reuniting, I guess. People who've lost loved ones and trying to reunite them and reassure them that, you know, they're at peace, they're happy, they're okay, they're healthy in whatever way a spirit is healthy, and you don't have to grieve anymore, and they want you to move on with your life and be happy and that type of stuff. And it's very cathartic, I think. In just a short amount of time, the limited few times we've done it, there's been some tears shed of joy. You know what I mean? Even we had a woman named Petra Tressler, who in her day was, I guess, a screen queen of sorts, and she's originally from Germany. They live in Florida now, and she does indie films, directs and produces indie films along with the company that she works with. And they were there because she was getting an award. No, she was having one of her films premiere in Fairmont, Maryland, about a horse called, I think it was called Night Mist. And she stayed there, and her deceased dog came through. So it was very, very good. Yeah. Very cool.
What's the matter?
So, somebody said, "You need to feed me." Right. So, I'm curious to know when this all first started. Janet, you just kind of met Jim because you do what you do, and you picked it up on him right away, and boom, it just took off from there. And next thing you know, we're getting voices in the, or I should say, used to, we're getting voices in the Bliss Mansion. Haley got embarrassed by an email that I read live on the show. She's still torturing me for doing that. But how quickly would you guys say, when we all first started this as a foursome, did you guys know that the chemistry is right, the energy is right, and this is going to work out well?
About an hour into the Keeley. For me.
Love.
So it's so strange though. Like, had I not met his daughter, he wouldn't have come over to our apartment to see the books I have. None of that would have ever got any of this rolling. And then had Jim not stopped out in Carson City and just happened to stop into the tourist place there, and there's Janet behind the counter. And, you know, Janet, being an amazing person that she is, watched him walk in and said, "Oh, yeah, I got to talk to this guy because I know what he's up to. I know what he's all about." And then really, Haley, it was your mom. Your mom telling you, "Look, call these guys, man. Talk to them. Do something."
Yeah.
Speaking of which, how is your mom?
She's good.
Good.
I can hear her upstairs trying to get my kids to listen.
Yeah, they don't ever want to do that. And I mean, my kids don't ever want to listen.
Yeah, it's a kid thing.
Yeah, I wish I was still there. But What was it about Jim walking into that building, Janet, that you picked up on that you said, I have to talk to this guy?
Where were we there?
Carson City, right?
Yeah.
At the place you were working in Carson City, it was a tourist and commerce place.
That must have been the chief in our building.
Yeah, and he said he came walking in, was looking around, and you came right up to him and said, "You look for dead people, don't you?"
She works the back area, and the girls on lunch break.
Oh, okay. So he said you worked in the back area, but the girl out front was on lunch break, so you came out to fill for her.
Oh, when I met Jim.
Yes.
I was filling in for the girl who worked in the gifts. I was in health. And that's how I met Jim. And I just happened to fill in for her while she was gone.
Yeah, what did, with your amazing gifts, when he walked into that room, what was it that you saw that you knew you had to strike up that conversation with?
I'm sorry. I know what you're talking about. Ghost supply room. And he used to disconnect the computers and everything else. So when he would break the computer, I'd have to go back in there. I would go back and say, I need to talk to you. Yeah, almost every Monday morning.
And then next thing you know, are you busy tonight? I got this place I'd like you to do it too. Lo and behold, it's this giant mansion. Now.
Oh, no, okay. I'm sorry. I'm getting confused because you guys are still breaking up for me. No, I was when I met Jim, I was in the gift shop. And he came in, and I don't know what it was that he said or did, but I knew that. And that's how we started talking about ghosts and all of that.
Right. Now, what is the story with the Bliss? Is it still privately owned by the people you knew then, or has it changed hands, or what's the story? Because I know I'd like to check it out.
At that time, it was a bed and breakfast, and my friends owned the bed and breakfast. And luckily, of town, so I could get in and I could go through the whole place, and no one was there but us.
Right.
Yeah, that place is, and there's about 35 spirits in the house.
Nice.
It's built on a pauper, and then they made it into a pauper cemetery.
Oh, okay. So, see, Haley, we're going to have to do like the 18 with Mr. T and drug you and get you on that plane with us when we go out there.
But I'm being treated for the panic disorder now, so it should be okay.
Awesome.
I just need, don't you need like a real ID to get on a plane? Do you need a PA real ID, or can you just use a regular driver's license?
Driver's license, as far as I know.
Well, I didn't know if you needed the real ID yet to get on the plane.
Oh, I don't think so.
Okay. Well then, yeah. As long as I'm medicated, we'll be good. How about I just bring it up to my therapist first and say, we've got to figure out how to do this. Maybe start with the Cessna for some exposure therapy, playing with planes and thinking about it, then Cessna, then big plane.
There you go. Baby steps. Baby steps.
And then you don't have to worry about it.
Oh, it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like it's still, yeah. I got chest pain just thinking about it. See?
Oh, man.
What do you panic about?
Air travel. Well, everything, but air travel. Yeah, I don't like planes.
We'll just do a couple of Xanax and you'll be fine.
That's what I'll need. Like a lot of those. How long is the flight? Because I might have to stagger it like every 2 hours.
Well, Jim, if we were going out to visit her, where would we?
We'll take care of it.
Where will we go into?
It'll be easy.
Fly into Reno. No.
Okay.
Reno. You go generally it's Denver, then Reno.
Okay. So say BWI to.
Where do you fly into?
You fly into Denver and then from Denver to Reno.
Oh, well, you guys can just leave me in Denver for a couple days, come back and give me.
Look right there. No, you don't want to go to Denver.
From BWI to Denver is 3 hours 32 minutes in the air.
Okay.
And then
Say, here I am. I'm Chakra.
Denver to Reno.
You would go from there to Chicago to Reno.
Is 1 hour 52 minutes.
Okay.
So, and you'd have a break in between.
Yay.
It's easier to go straight through here.
Oh.
You don't
So, Janet, why don't you entice her and let her know some of the places that we're hoping to check out on that trip? I know one of them is the Donner Pass.
Oh.
I will. I have. I really want to go to Donner Pass. I really. Not only that, train that there was an accident in. There's shadow people in there, but Donner, there's a lady in particular that everyone sees at Donner Pass who passed away in the Donner, and I really want to go do that. The only trouble is that it's so busy in the summer that it makes it hard to investigate. And then when it starts to get fall, it gets so damn cold.
Well, we'll figure it out, I'm sure. Donner Pass, the old Gold Coast Hotel.
The Gold Hill Hotel, and then we need to spend the night at St. Mary's. The old hotel, the old hospital.
Oh.
I can do that.
I like hospitals.
Wouldn't be the first time I spent a night in a hospital.
And Sister Regina does not like me, so it will be an interesting evening.
So should I act like I don't know you?
Yeah, she's just the Uber. We're not familiar. You can. That'll be the one place we go as a team that she'll get beat up instead of me.
No, we won't let that happen.
No.
She knows when they're coming.
Ted wants us to come up to New York and do the battlefield.
Ooh.
And he also said,
I'll be right back.
Okay. He also said that anytime we want to go back and do the Hinsdale, he's not that far from there. Him and Cindy would meet us there.
I've not done that yet.
I know.
Only on the phone.
Yeah, it's a matter of getting him mentally prepared to go back.
Right.
I think.
Right.
And I mean, you can't blame him. He got sucked dry in a matter of minutes. But
yeah,
you know, that Indian chief spirit up there just didn't realize how powerful he was, I don't think.
Pretty powerful.
Well, yes, I think Jim will attest to how powerful he was.
Yeah, I mean, that was one of the that might be the only time that I had a remote with you guys where I was on the phone, and I actually just so happened to look out my door and saw him standing there. That was the only time that I've actually seen straight in front of me someone I was talking to you guys about. That's strong.
Yes. Ted said this place is called Ambuscade in Groveland Station. It's from the Revolutionary War.
Nice.
What do you think about that, Jim? Ambuscade, AMBUSCADE. Apparently, it's battlefields up in New York. This is from it's in Groveland Station, and it's from the Revolutionary War. Sullivan's campaign, actually.
I'm trying to get a picture up here for you.
Oh, you got to back it up a little bit.
Back it up. Can you see it?
No.
No. See the edge. You got to move it over.
There's a picture. It looks like this big hand.
Oh, the Cashmere Claw. Yes.
Figure out where
You know what I think? I think you might be able to upload that.
I was going to say, could you play that on here?
I think I can, yeah. If I can find it. Let's see.
Well, this comes with a lot of new possibilities.
I thought I had it, but maybe I don't. Yeah, real quick, throw that on a USB, and I think I can upload it into here. There it is. No, the picture. Yeah.
Huh.
That was taken in the back part of the St. Mary's Hospital.
Really?
Nice.
Yep.
That's good.
That's different than the Cashmere Claw, though.
Yeah, that's not the one I was thinking of.
No, the one you're thinking of was the Cashmere Claw that they got in
Like
the
the bear
basement
claw?
of a shop. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, Jim's going to put on a thumb drive for me, and I'm pretty sure that I can just pop it in and upload it into here and then play it. Which that's it. No, that's again the picture.
Janet, are you scrapbooking the investigation?
Just open up whatever it is you're trying to open up. Go over. So yeah, while he's doing that, Janet can actually give everybody the story of the Cashmere Claw. What she can drink coffee.
Yeah, that
What?
We were able to lighten it up so you could see it. Probably about tall, and he walks on his back legs, and he's real furry. But I truly believe that Virginia is miles and miles and miles of tunnels and mountains down there. I think he came in the earth. Most definitely came from down under the earth. But he was my protector that day.
Okay, share screen and that's where the video file is. Okay, I can do that. All right. 1 second.
This one. Can you see? Oh, this is going to be hard. This was taken in State Indian School and Spirit Dancers.
Sorry.
Lord Indian School. Yeah.
And this one is the woman, and the other one, I can't do it. Mirror image. The other one is a man dancer where he's bent over with his headdress.
Okay. Well, here's the Cashmere Claw.
Are you finding the video?
Yes.
That video is really good.
Now, will it play on your box, Dave, or its own?
I think on its own.
Okay.
Yeah. Don't knock the floor. I love you, baby girl.
Let me try and.
Is he looking for the video?
No, I have it, but they're having trouble playing it. I think because it's a WMV file.
Oh, it's so good. Jim was there that day.
Yeah, he was. Okay, let me try this again.
What's the backstory on that, Janet? What was that spirit that did that?
The building that it was my friend Cashmere, his store, and we were in the basement of his store. Was the during the 1850s, and so there's going on. There is a woman named Monet who was a prostitute in that period who was very famous and so we talked to him and about her, and he supposedly had her jewelry when he prepared for the funeral. But that basement is so haunted. I couldn't go down there by myself.
Really?
Okay, I think I have to convert it.
But there was one side of the wall that archway where when they took the horse and buggies with the casket would go through that, but they had sealed that all up. Talk to them, he thinks it's still there.
Right.
Really an interesting place.
Okay.
We were lucky to go down there because they never let anybody go down there. There's a Mama Shakura. Hello, Shakura. You're still trying to get it to run? Really cool if you can get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta convert it to MP4.
Yeah. I mean, the password guy that was coming, because that Casper-looking thing was like 2 inches away from me. And he looked so innocent. And the big claw guy came and slapped him to stop him from getting to me. So I'm thinking, good guy. But the EVP on it is really cute because the Casper guy goes, uh-oh. swipe.
Now, doesn't this one almost look like it took a chunk out of something else, like another entity? Is that this one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he growls for him, and then he doesn't stop, so he swipes him.
Right.
And we didn't see it until my girlfriend heard the EVP on the recording, and it was all black. And I end of it, and I said, "Can you expand that? Because I think there's more." And that's how we were able to pull up that tool.
Okay, I think I got it. Okay, here we go.
If you don't get it, you can play it.
Oh, there you go.
There it was. There's the video clip. Look at that, Jim. Couldn't do that before.
Yeah.
That was so strange.
Here's some. I don't know if it'll take a little longer, but you can make a large because of negative stuff. No, yeah, EVP. It's pretty neat the way it.
You might have to the next time for that. I don't know if I can get that one in, but keep
that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, that one was sweet. Now that's the one that was on my Ghost Story, correct?
Went down to Hollywood.
Janet, that one was featured on my Ghost Story, correct? Okay. We got about 20 minutes left. Yeah, wow, so many new options we didn't have before. I can't wait to really start tinkering with this.
Do you,
seeing what we can
do you guys allow Ouija boards at the Hoover House?
Jim? Janet wants to know if you allow Ouija boards at the Hoover House.
Right now, the answer is no. I don't know if you might change that right now.
Okay. Yeah. I've never been a big fan of them. I mean, I can see where table tipping is basically the same thing.
There's a lot of similarity.
But
sometime in the near future,
let's just say we would consult with our spirit
to talk about that because they did not give up. And I had some recent stories with someone that I met, and it confirmed more. And I think it's important that people understand the consequences of those boards.
yeah, absolutely. Like what I was saying was, I understand how there's a lot of similarities between those and the table tipping. But Pam and Steve were, I guess, taught by someone from Lilydale on the table tipping, and I guess they taught Jim. That person, Bobby Robbins, is actually coming down to the Hoover House. It's going to be pretty cool. I personally don't know anything as far as.
No, I think Ouija boards are table tipping on
Me
scary.
right now with the
They're
table
very, very
is the spirit with the
dangerous.
table controlling.
Right. Yeah.
And I don't know, if we can get that, like I said, that's for now.
Yeah. Yeah, that may be something that gets revisited later, but that's right now. No.
As we get other information, spirit, I can't.
Believe it or not, and I know even for us, this probably sounds a little kooky, but
I might
the
have
spirits,
to talk to
the spirits of that place, almost, I wouldn't say forcibly, but almost dictate things that they think should be allowed in the house. So things like that, they are adamant against. So
For now,
For
like I said,
now, right.
that may change, and I don't know if our ability to control factors involved with that improves. We're learning a lot about. We just had an interesting session where they
you.
revealed
Talk to
to
you
us
about that.
sort of the influence of prayer on behalf of our loved ones or other spirits that are present at the time. So, in other words, when we're in distress, when we're in a situation, we could have our benefactors, family members, I guess maybe to some extent spirit guides present. But sometimes, and we don't know exactly what, but in other words, our intercessionary prayers and pleadings and our faith sort of act as a catalyst to provide energy to that whole flux and allow them to come through and interact. That's not to say if there isn't any prayers or stuff that nothing can happen. We don't know that. But we do know that prayers and the
I'm
faith
just talking
of
about
individuals on our behalf has an influence.
So you can do it, Janice.
Yeah. Come on, Jan.
I'm just talking about the Ouija board right now. And your prayers and everything else are protect you from a Ouija board. So I'll have to call you and talk to you about that because I have some new information. And you want to make sure that no one sneaks one of those into the house.
I was getting a lot of feedback. I got a lot of feedback on your response. I couldn't really
I know.
understand.
She said she wants to call you, Jim.
Okay.
She'll call you then and talk to you about the Ouija board stuff.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, today though we have not used the Ouija board in the house today, as far as that goes.
Yeah, don't.
Yeah, no.
Don't.
Yeah, it might be an issue.
Why?
Well, like I said, let's get more time and we can the task cam station set up and everything. I think we'll be able to have it where we both have headsets that can hear, and we'll be able to cut out the reverb and all that stuff. So.
Yeah, I can get a headset if I were to ever need it again, but definitely for future guests, just let them know that, that they would need that. That'll help probably.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm going to need to call support and it breaks up a lot and they might be able to help me with that.
So, with the last, say, 15 minutes in the show, do you have anything, I guess, on the horizon that you're excited about as far as, I know, Janet, you said you had the restaurant that you were going to, and is that what you got going in the near future? And then you said we might possibly be able to get you out here over the summer.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Say maybe the weekend of August 20th through the 22nd.
I can do that.
Jim.
Yeah.
She's available for the bash.
Oh, Janet. Well, that's great. Well, tell her if she's coming in, we're not opening the bash. She's got a place.
We're not opening the bed and breakfast. Right.
So
if you come in, you'll have a place to stay because we're not opening the Hoover House for guests to stay there. So you'll have a room there.
Oh, that'll be fun.
Are you guys going to investigate that weekend?
I think we're going to do kind of a small invite-only investigation at the Hoover House, but nothing big. Obviously Pam and Steve will have a lot on their plates.
Right.
So, yeah, it's just something small and private. Now, I know there's been a lot of people out looking for places to go. I know Richard Eastep, since we're going to be at the Hoover House, he took the Daddy's Cabin. So he'll be there that weekend. But yeah, Janet, you can come out for that weekend. It's August 20th through the 22nd. You'll have a room at the Hoover House for you.
Awesome.
So yeah, and of course, Haley, if you're feeling up to it at that point, plenty of room, man.
Should I bring a tent? No, I'm just kidding.
There's very little grass there, believe it or not.
Really?
Yeah.
That's amazing. You can garden it all.
When you go out front, if you're coming out of the house looking at the main street, you have a patch of grass off on this side, and then on the side of the house and towards the back, there's a little bit. But all this over here on the left is a big courtyard with pavers. So when you have like fairs and stuff like that, you can set up vending tables out there. It's beautiful.
Oh, wow.
In-ground lighting that is set on a timer. So it comes on, I think it's 7:30 in the evening. Yeah, it's really nice.
Oh, that's cool.
So we've got a hedgerow that blocks us on the left-hand side from us to the alley, which leads back to the parking lot in the back. So on the second floor, if you go around to the back on the second floor where the handicap elevator comes out, on either side there's doors and you can walk out, and we're going to put some patio furniture and stuff out there, and you can sit out there in the mornings and have your morning coffee and stuff. It's really nice. It's really nice.
Wow, that's awesome.
So
I could sleep in the handicap elevator. I'm little. I just put a little bit bed in there. I'll let you know if anything happens.
Well, it's funny you say that, Haley, because Pam was up in what we call the table room in the back on the second floor there, and she was straightening something up, and she looked up and saw a face in the window of the handicap elevator, looking at her. And I mean, and she, even as experienced as Pam is in the field, she was taken aback because it was so clear.
Yeah.
But when you have the door shut from the elevator side, there's the gate you have to pull shut, or else the elevator won't move. There's maybe 4 to 6 inches between the two, so there's no way that someone could have been standing in there. And Pam went like this to see if there was something causing a reflection or someone behind her. And then when she turned back, it was gone. So, yes, very cool. So,
I like it.
I can't wait to get you guys over there. Janet, is that a hard confirmation?
Yeah, I'm sure I can do that.
Excellent. So it's a hard confirmation. We have Janet coming in for the bash.
That's great. Janet, we're not doing a booth. So we're just going to enjoy, all the various vendors and things like that. So we're not. That's great.
We won't have to sit at the table and man the table. It's just kind of walking around and mingling and seeing all the stuff and enjoying it.
You're gonna have the
depending
Ghost
on-
Brothers there.
I don't know if the Ghostbusters going to be
I
there or
love
not.
the
to be
Ghost
honest with you.
Brothers. I love the Ghost.
And depending on Ted, depending on what he has going on there, there may be a spot where we could step in and do a live interview type of thing. So that would be cool because, you know, WLFD's always got a big presence there. And it's much appreciated. So fantastic. We'll start putting that out. Janet's coming in for the bash. Excellent. That's going to be so fun.
Yeah.
It's going to be so good to see you. Yeah, it's August 20th through the 22nd.
Tonight, it really is.
Yes, it's been very, very nice to see both of you tonight. It's been too long, and
Yes.
you know, it's weird. Jim tells the story all the time that I don't remember exactly what happened, but they were doing a table tipping session, and the spirits were leading to the fact that somewhere in 2021 we would start to feel some kind of relief. Not that would it be over, but we'd start to see that downward slope back to some type of normal from the pandemic.
6 different occasions.
Right. On 6 different occasions, they got that same
We're back to normal.
words of wisdom there. So there you go. So and Ted's just said, yeah, we can get on the schedule to do a live while we're there. That's going to be awesome.
Cool.
So, yes. So it's just been so nice to see you both, even though it's like this. You know, we got a couple months and then we'll be right there. So thank you both for stopping in. We can't wait to get you out and get back in the field and do some hunting.
I can't wait.
I know it'll be
I'm ready to investigate again.
Oh, so much. It was good to
Well.
see you, Haley.
You too, Janet.
All right. Well, thank you guys. And like I said, Janet, as soon as you've got everything shorn up, just let us know. We'll make sure all the accommodations in our end are taken care of.
I definitely do it.
Okay.
All right. Thank you,
Good
Janet.
seeing you guys.
Good
Bye,
night.
everybody. Bye to all of our viewers. See ya.
All right. So there was the other half of the team, everybody. And we apologize. Ted and I will work together to make this as best as we can. We'll get everybody headsets if we have to, whatever we got to do to get rid of all that feedback and so Jim can hear. But yeah, we want to thank everybody for stopping in. All the other broadcasters on the channel who stopped in to say hi, welcome the new guys on the block. We really appreciate it. Ted has bent over backwards to help us with this, and we really appreciate it. Things that we were never able to do on another show. Not that they mistreated us. I don't want to make it seem like, you know, they were bad people or anything. They're not. They're great people. But little things like this that we were able to do, like pulling that clip up and putting it on, was fantastic. So thanks everybody so much for stopping by for the initial episode on WLFE of Doorway to the Dead with Keystone State Paranormal Society. And Jim, do we have a guest lined up for next week?
No, I'm waiting to hear back from someone. So
Okay.
I'll post it
As soon as we know who the guest is for next week, we will put it up on our Facebook page. We're just waiting to hear back. Thanks for that spiffy shirt. Unfortunately, I did have to go to a viewing before the show this evening, and that's why I'm all gussied up. You guys know me. Normally, I feel out of place in this type of attire. So, once again, thanks everybody. Thanks Ted. Thanks WLFE for the opportunities. And we're going to make it better, and we're going to get everything tightened up and all the I's dotted and the T's crossed, and start bringing on some great guests with a lot of wealth and knowledge in the paranormal, the supernatural. The next time we've had guests on our show before that know all about cryptids. I mean, we go everywhere, all the unexplained. So thank you guys so much. And we will see you next week, same time, same place, WLFE.
Thank you for joining Dave and Jim on Doorway to the Dead. Catch us next week right here at 8 p.m. every Thursday as we open the door to paranormal discussion and more.